Grace is given not to those who speak their faith, but to those who live their faith. These are the words of St. Gregory Nazianzen. When we cooperate with God's grace, everything rises, everything elevates. Nothing demonstrates that better than the story of two little girls from Waterbury who gave a small amount of money with faith and love that it would do good in the world. Little did they know the magnitude of their generosity.
For Kateri and Brona O'Rourke, $2 was a fortune. By giving it away, they set in motion a series of events that led a homeless man to find shelter and serve as inspiration for an entire community to grow in faith and love for those around them.
Our little sister Josephine got $5, and she gave Kateri and me $1 each. And we decided to give our dollars to Donna.
Donna is Donna Finneran, an outreach volunteer for the homeless and parishioner at the Basilica of the Immaculate Conception in Waterbury.
And we gave them to her, and she was so happy. And then the next day, a guy called Mark, he was homeless, came in to Donna, and he said he needed $1.75 for the bus, and she gave him our $2.
The very next day, Mark came to our back door where I feed about 50 homeless people daily. We make sandwiches for them at the Basilica. And Mark came in, and he usually never asks for money. They usually don't ask me for money, so I was very taken back that this guy had asked me for only $1.75. He needed to get on the bus to get up to Torrington. And with that, I said, oh, you're in luck. Two little girls just gave me $2 yesterday. And I went to my pocketbook and I gave him the $2. And he was so excited that he got the $2 and went on his way.
And she thought it would be cute to take a picture of him and put it on Facebook.
And all I wrote was, from the hearts of God's children to the faithful.
And somebody recognized him from like 10 years ago and said, I know him, and told that to Donna.
I gave him my cell, and he called that person, and he came to me and he said, right after that conversation, he says, Donna, that person has a house that has an apartment. Is there any way that you know that I can get up there? And I said, of course, I can help you get home. Well, here we got a Brian bag for you, but here I also have some extra stuff here.
Donna's efforts are funded by the Archbishop's annual appeal, the Brian O'Connell Homeless Project, created in memory of her twin brother.
My twin brother Brian saw 9/11 happen, saw people, the planes crashing into the buildings, people jumping to their deaths. He was never the same. He had mental illness. He died in the woods in Waterbury.
Alone and homeless. Yet in her grief, Donna found it within herself to help others who are homeless.
Christ wants us to walk in his path. He wants us to help the needy and the poor. God bless you. Yeah, God bless you. You have a great day today, okay?
So Donna came up with Brian Bags, a simple survival kit containing water, food, hygiene items, and first aid supplies, along with an inspirational reminder.
It has a little prayer saying that there's always hope.
Your contributions help to purchase Brian Bag items and so much more. In fact, generous donations are what made it possible for Mark to take up his friend's offer of new clothes, new shoes, gift cards for food, and a train ticket to a new home. A new start in upstate New York.
So now he's not homeless anymore.
What the O'Rourke girls did was to follow the simple command that Jesus gave to all of us. Love your neighbor. Help the orphan and the widow, the young, the old, and the marginalized. Here's how you can do just that.
When you give to the 2020 Archbishop's Annual Appeal, your money goes directly to help organizations doing community work that aligns with Christ's command to help and love our neighbors. Children like those living in the Fairhaven neighborhood of New Haven who go to preschool for little or no cost at Catholic Charities Centro San Jose Family Center.
Jesus teaches us to serve others, and at Catholic Charities we're putting that into action every day in the programs that we have across the agency. We have a food pantry, we provide diapers for families who need them, we do case management, We help with emergency bills and rental assistance. We connect people to resources in their community to make sure that their basic needs are met, because we know that if a parent is worried about how they're going to feed their child at night, they're not going to be as concerned about reading a book or helping them with their homework.
When you give in love, kids who would otherwise go hungry are fed during the summer months by Bread for Life in Southington.
Mother Teresa taught us that, to look for the face of Christ in every person that we serve, and that's the basis of why we're doing this, to reach out to everybody. We are a small not-for-profit. We receive no state or federal funding at all. So any time we are offering a program or a service, it's all because of the generosity of others. And the Archbishop's annual appeal has been incredibly generous to Bread for Life. And in turn, we can run programs like our Children's Summer Lunch program only because we have support to buy the supplies and make this coordinated effort to run this kind of a program.
When you donate in faith, young men like Joseph McNeil from Annunciation Parish in Newington have an opportunity to pursue Christ's call to the priesthood.
Certainly very thankful and very gracious for all of the donors to the Archbishop's annual appeal. Without it, of course, it would not be possible to study, not just in Rome, but anywhere. It's really, always a great honor and privilege for me to realize all the support that comes from the parishioners of the Archdiocese. The vocation to the diocesan priesthood comes from a place like this diocese, so Hartford, this area. This is the place where I'm from and where I ultimately am called to serve, and so I'm very much looking forward to being back.
When you contribute to the Archbishop's annual appeal, you help to provide missionary outreach to college students unsure of where their spiritual focus might be.
So FOCUS stands for the Fellowship of Catholic University Students. And what we do is we go on college campuses and we lead Bible studies to teach students about the person of Jesus Christ so that they can develop a relationship with Him through these small group Bible studies where they're also making real friendships. The ultimate goal is to respond to St. John Paul II's call for new evangelization, for Catholics to understand why they're Catholic, to understand that they're made for a relationship with God the Father and that that's where their identity comes from.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
It has been amazing working with Archbishop Blair and having his support, and I feel so supported by him as a spiritual father for our team, in his vision for what he wants to see with this Archdiocese. I've never been more confident in the work that we're doing as missionaries on a college campus.
Through Christ our Lord. Amen. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
And when you donate with an open mind and an open heart, you help others who are fighting the scourge of addiction at community health centers like Wellmore Behavioral Health in Waterbury.
So when I was going to college, one of my roommates, she introduced me to heroin. That first experience, I was looking to almost kill myself. I wanted to die, and I was like, I've been trying. Without realizing, I'd been subtly trying. I'd been doing more and more drugs. I'd been taking more and more risks. I'd been putting myself in situations that I had never dreamed I could possibly survive, and I did. And I thought to myself, I must have a reason to be here. I need to get clean.
You can see from Kat's life that people being there for her right at that moment made a big difference. And places like Wellmore simply cannot do that just based on the resources only from the government. We need a faith community that's behind us.
There's a lot of good people that have had a lot of bad things happen to them, and they need to have a second chance. And a lot of the time, they don't have love for themselves, and nobody else has love for them either. So by showing a little bit of love, you're able to spark a love inside of them that they can love themselves and heal themselves from within. And all of the money that's donated to these programs, it helps people like me. Sorry, I'm getting emotional.
You never know the good that your donation, even if it's simple and small, can have in the life of another person. Imagine what all of our donations together can do to feed the hungry, educate preschoolers, train priests, and grow the church. Whatever amount you contribute is important. Remember, it was only $2 that started the process of getting Mark a home again.
And it will go far, no matter how much you give.
Please be generous.